Hi everyone and welcome to Dogs on the Sofa. Today we're going to talk about dogs and crates, so grab a cup of tea and join us. So here are 5 reasons why we as dog owners use crates. The first one is moving house. So we're an armed forces family and we move around quite a bit. Having dogs that can adapt comfortably to new environments is really important to us. We use a mixed approach of crates, settle and place training. This has been a key success factor in us being able to transition the dogs to different houses. The second reason that we've used crates is puppyhood. Both boys were crate trained as puppies. This was important to us so that they couldn't come to harm if they had to be left unattended for any amount of time, whether that was short term in the day or at night. Thankfully, I work from home and my husband is either at home or local, so we've never had to crate a puppy longer than an hour. The third reason is overnight. We needed somewhere safe and secure for the puppies while they were sleeping and while we were sleeping, so that they couldn't get up to any mischief. During that puppy phase, especially for the first 2 to 3 weeks, we slept on the sofa downstairs. This is when we had like our L-shaped sofa, so we could tuck the crate in the little L and then sleep alongside them so that they had us nearby. And this meant that we could quickly take them out for wee-wees, or if they needed some reassurance in the night, then we were there. And then we progressively moved their crate out towards its intended destination. Fourth reason that we crate trained our dogs was because of the vets. So Sterling had to stay overnight at the vets following a procedure, which meant that he would be crated. At this particular veterinary practice, the vet nurse was really positive and confirmed that Sterling was so calm, he went straight into the crate and just curled up and went to sleep. I can imagine how stressful it could be if your dog isn't crate trained, is stressed by crates, can't cope with crates, and then it has to go in for a medical procedure, it's got to be put to sleep and woken up, any of these things that require safely crated while at the vets, and I wouldn't want that worry on top of everything else that's going on. And the fifth reason we use crates is providing options. But out of the 2 dogs, Sterling and Cyril, Sterling still uses his crate. If he's particularly tired, he likes to nestle into his crate and just not be bothered. And we leave that crate door is always left open. We don't shut him in. He has freedom to come and go as he pleases because he knows that that's somewhere he can go and no one else is going to bother him. So Cyril, in comparison, does not have a crate because he is very fluffy and kind of gets hot very quickly, so he tends to sleep on the kitchen floor, which is that kind of lino material, so it's quite cool in there, and that's probably the coolest place in the house, in fairness. While researching crate training as a dog owner, there were some issues that I spotted at the time. So I remember reading kind of 3 main things about crate training that people were doing that I felt that wasn't right, and I wouldn't do that to my dogs. First one was using crate training as a punishment or like a timeout. So we've always treated the crates as a positive place for them to rest, sleep. When they were puppies, we used to use like chews and kongs in there while we were still in the house, just so that we could build up the duration of the time that they were in there and therefore they were more comfortable being in. The second thing that I read was that people were describing crates as cruel cages. So they could certainly be used that way, I think, if you're not using positive training methods and you're not taking the time to introduce the crate to the puppy or the dog in the first place, i.e. you're just putting them in there and kind of expecting them to be able to cope. For us, Sterling was much easier to crate train than Cyril. Cyril was very, very vocal. Nighttime really needed a lot more reassurance, but we did that at his pace. Third thing I read, that dog owners were leaving their puppies and dogs in crates for extended periods of time during the day. So I would say that we never left our puppies longer than like an hour, i.e. how long it took to do the Tesco run and get back. And in the meantime, we got home deliveries until we were sure that they could like kind of hold their bladder for that hour and a bit or whatever it was. Now I'd say as adult dogs, they've got freedom of downstairs. So they, apart from the sofas, they can sleep wherever they want, on their beds, on the floor, on the kitchen floor. We're not fussy about where they are. Preferred types of crates. So we use a traditional metal crate with a metal base just because it's easy to clean the metal base. Doors on like kind of the 2 sides. Then we put like the bed, and then I use a waterproof cover, and then it's got like a memory foam insert. I'll drop the Amazon link in the description below. I like to put like a blanket in there, then like a pillow, some squishy toys, and just make it really homely. And then I usually put like a blanket over the top of the crate, and it just means that it's just like a little snug. And the other thing with metal crates is that for moving, it's so easy. You can just pack it down, you can take it in the car with you if you're going away somewhere. So that's always been really handy, especially when we're used to traveling to say like Dartmoor, then you can carry on the same training principles while you're away. The other types of crates that I've seen, which actually are really cool, are the wooden ones. So people just create sideboards. I've seen them where the dog crate section is built into the underneath. You can have some like drawers on top, or people use them for dog storage. There's like loads of different variations of it. But I think if you're in your like final house and you're not going to be moving loads, and therefore that heavy wooden furniture is going to stay in one place, then they're a really great option, and that's definitely something that I would look into. Third option I've seen is soft crates. Now, I would never bother getting a soft crate for a large breed dog. I'm not really sure I've seen anyone using a soft crate, and I don't know where or what you would use it for. The type of dogs we have, Labrador and a Golden Retriever, as puppies, they were quite sharky. It's probably just something they would have chewed through. So maybe something to think about if you don't have a chewer and you have a smaller dog, I'm not sure. But yeah, comment below if you use a soft crate. I'd be interested to know how that works and what you use it for. If you're a new puppy owner or an existing owner and you feel like you've never approached the crate training or crates topic before, hopefully that's given you a few ideas as to why and when you can use it. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you'd like to see more videos, please click here for my latest upload. Thank you for watching, and see you next week for another cuppa.